Egypt shouldn't exist. A nation that should have died thousands of years ago, but somehow didn't. A civilization born in the middle of a deadly desert, surrounded by enemies, famine, war, invasions, and collapse after collapse. Yet it survived. And not only survived, Egypt built one of the most enduring identities in human history. This is the unbelievable story of how Egypt kept rising, again and again, when every other ancient civilization disappeared. 1. The river that created a nation. Everything begins with one miracle, the Nile, a river so predictable, so generous, that it turned a lifeless desert into a paradise of food and power. While the world starved, Egypt harvested. And from this river came the world's first cities, first farms, first kings, and a vision that humans could organize themselves into something much bigger, a civilization. 2. The age of the pharaohs. For 3,000 years, Egypt was ruled by god-kings, pharaohs who shaped history with impossible monuments. The pyramids weren't built for beauty. They were statements of power, messages carved in stone that said, "We will not be forgotten." And somehow, they were right. Every stone still stands. Every symbol still speaks. 3. The invasions that should have destroyed Egypt. Egypt was invaded by almost everyone. The Hyksos, the Assyrians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. Any other nation would have disappeared, but Egypt did something different. It absorbed its conquerors. It turned invaders into Egyptians. Its culture was so strong, so ancient, so magnetic that no empire could erase it. 4. A new Egypt under Islam. When Islam arrived, Egypt didn't collapse, it transformed. Cairo became one of the greatest cities on earth, a center of science, philosophy, astronomy, trade, medicine, and power. While Europe was in the Dark Ages, Cairo was the bright heart of the world. Egypt kept evolving, rebuilding, reinventing. It refused to die. 5. Modern Egypt, between empire and independence. Then came the British Empire, another force trying to control Egypt's destiny. But even they couldn't break the identity of a people who survived 5,000 years of history. In the 20th century, Egypt rose once again, fought for its freedom, built a new state, and shaped the politics of the entire Middle East. 6. The country that outlived time today. Egypt is one of the few civilizations where ancient and modern life stand side by side. Pyramids next to highways, hieroglyphs next to smartphones, traditions older than history itself, still alive. Egypt didn't survive by accident. It survived because its people refused to let their story end. If you enjoyed this journey through history and want more stories like this, stories that explain how nations rise, fall, and survive, then make sure to subscribe. It helps the channel grow, motivates me subscribe, and let's continue exploring the world together.